Roldan. Councilmember Luis Galindo. Councilmember Miguel Villalpando.
Present.
Councilmember Juan Castillo.
Present.
Councilmember Marta Gonzalez.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. We're gonna move on and call to the public. Anybody from the public want to address council?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. James Jones, Parks and Rec Director. I have the pleasure of introducing you to our new recreational specialist, Isabella Gonzalez. Isabella comes to us from the Boys and Girls Club, where she worked in youth programming as an instructor and a developer. These skills will be helpful as we continue to grow and develop our programs in our department. I'm also happy to announce that Isabella is a Somerton resident. So I'll let her say a couple things.
Hello, I'm Isabella Gonzalez and I'm from Somerton and I'm the new recreational specialist. I'm really excited to be part of the team. I think that I'll be able to use my skills that I've learned into working for the city, and I'm really excited to see what skills I can adapt in and I can grow in. And I think working for the city is going to be a great opportunity for me here. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Anybody else from the public? There's none. We have one proclamation, designation of July as Parks and Recreation Month.
Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including here in the city of Somerton. Whereas Parks and Recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health and well-being of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of our city. And whereas Parks and Recreation programs build healthy, active communities, help combat obesity and chronic disease, and support the mental and emotional health of all ages. And whereas Parks and Recreation areas are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our city, providing access to green space, conservation areas, and natural beauty. And whereas Parks and Recreation services foster social cohesion, promote civic pride, and support inclusive programming that brings people of all backgrounds together. And whereas the dedicated staff and volunteers of the City of Somerton Parks and Recreation Department provide essential services to host enriching programs and maintain safe and accessible public spaces for the enjoyment of all residents and visitors. And whereas the National Recreation and Parks Association has designated this year under the theme Build Together, Play Together, celebrating how parks bring people together to create stronger, more vibrant communities. And whereas Parks and Recreation Month provides an opportunity to recognize the power of parks and the importance of investing in spaces where all people can gather, play, and grow together. Now, therefore, I, Gerardo Anaya, Mayor of the City of Somerton, do hereby proclaim the month of July 2025 as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Somerton. And I encourage all residents to join this month's celebration by visiting local parks, participating in recreational programs, and recognizing the invaluable contributions of parks and recreation in building stronger communities.
We have members of the Parks and Recreation Department and also from the commission. I want to invite to come up to take a picture.
Shaking hands with Mayor Herbert. And then a group picture. Can I have everybody, I'm sorry, take 2 steps to your right. Okay, Mr. Vice Mayor, 2 steps right there. Council, okay. 1, 2, and 3. One more, 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor and members of council and city administration, on behalf of the Parks and Recreation Commission, we do appreciate the support that we receive from you guys in every aspect of operations, from supporting us in events and being that core momentum that keeps our community moving forward when it comes to parks and recreation programs. As this year's theme does highlight, parks and recreation programs are the foundation that build family, community, and health. Because without those core areas, there'd be no real need for parks and recs, right? But as I mentioned, we do appreciate the support that we receive from both council and city administration for all events and projects and programs that we highlight throughout the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add a little bit to it, and I want to say thank you to James for everything he does. He has embraced this community as his own, and you can see that. And I would like to say thank you to my fellow commissioners. As you know, we are volunteers, and it's a privilege to be a voice for the community and be advocates between community and you guys, that you do a wonderful job also, you know, listening to their needs and what our community needs. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to share very quickly a personal note here. For the last 4 weeks, I've been actually walking in the morning at the Perry County Park, and there is a lot of construction going on, and makes me feel, hey, something is going on in Somerton is growing. But when I say something personal, because I've been losing weight because of that, it's a beautiful park to walk. So I hope other residents can join us. I see people in the morning, especially people my age, walking. But I would like to see more people doing that. I see the benefits thoroughly, and now I see there's also little bags for the dogs. I mean, to clean and all that stuff. So. So thank you very much for your support, James, Mayor, council members, and I hope we continue expanding these services to more people. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I want to thank for all the work that you do, and also to staff too. It's it's one of the quality of life departments, and it's also a very, for Parks and Rec staff, it's very hard dealing with parents that, they take it very personal. So we recognize that it's a very hard job, but very rewarding. So thank you. We're gonna move on to consent agenda. Check register for the month of June 2025. City Council meeting minutes from April 15th, 2025, work session minutes from April 23rd, 2025, special council meeting, April 28th, 2025, work session, May 6th, 2025, city council meeting, May 6th, 2025, special council meeting, May 15th, 2025, special council meeting, May 19th, 2025, City Council meeting, May 20th, 2025, work session, June 3rd, 2025, City Council meeting, June 3rd, 2025, City Council meeting, June 17th, 2025, special council meeting, June 24th, 2025. The next item is approval of resolution number 2025-022, resolution of the mayor and common council of the city of Somerton authorizing the acquisition of certain real property in the city for use as needed for public safety located identified as Yuma County Assessor Parcel Number 7520737 on a parcel of land located at the corner of Gano Street and Columbia Avenue, just south of Main Street, authorizing directing the mayor, city manager, and city attorney to acquire title to such property on the behalf of the city by donation, eminent domain, or purchase for an amount not exceed for the fair market value of property plus acquisition and closing costs. Does any member of council want to remove an item from consent agenda for discussion? Is there a motion? So motion, it's a motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo. Is second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Only heard, I didn't hear one aye. Did you say aye? Aye. No? Well, and remote, didn't hear any ayes. Heard a first and a second.
Yeah, mine's an aye, Mayor, but I don't know. I'll just save my comment in regards to that particular item on another item that's kind of ties together.
Okay. You.
Thank you.
We have one item, public hearing relating to truth and taxation. Is there a motion to open public hearing? So motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo, second by Councilman Castillo. In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Shawna Medell, Finance Director. Tonight's item, public meeting, our public hearing before you focuses on the City Council's proposed action to fix, levy, assess the primary property tax rates for the upcoming fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026. These tax rates apply to all properties within Somerton that are subject to taxation, including those within improvement districts. The proposed amounts are based on the city's adopted budget for the fiscal year of 2025-2026. They are intended to generate the revenue necessary to support our general fund. This includes key city services and operations after accounting for projected revenues from other sources and any carryover funds from the prior year. As a part of this process, the Truth in Taxation Analysis Calculation Sheet has been completed and published on July 7th and July 14th of 2025. This was published in a local newspaper, and we are informing the public that there is no tax levy increases being proposed. This hearing provides an opportunity for the public to offer comments, ask questions, or voice concerns on the property tax levy. Oh, okay, thank you.
My screen is not working, so. Is it on?
I'm available for any questions.
Okay, any questions or comments from the public? No questions on taxes, no? Any questions or comments from council?
Mayor, and just to clarify,
Let's go ahead, Councilman.
we are not going to raise any of the current rates, correct?
Correct.
Ms.
There is
Medell?
no, correct, Councilman Diapondo, there is no proposed increase on the primary property tax rate.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to close public hearing?
Second.
So motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo, second by Councilman Castillo. In favor?
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We're gonna move on to new business. Discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2025-018.
And Mayor, Council, Vice Mayor, this is my show today, so I'm Shawna Medell, Finance Director. Tonight in front of you, we're presenting the fiscal year 2026 final budget for your consideration and approval. In accordance with Arizona state law, the city is required to hold a public hearing on both truth and taxation and annual budget. This was published in the local newspaper on July 7th and July 14th, and a public hearing was held just right now. All items included in the final budgets have been thoroughly reviewed and aligned with the city's goals. The proposed budget ensures that we remain fiscally responsible while continuing to serve our community effectively. Staff is recommending an adoption for the fiscal year 2026 final budget.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion? So motion by Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Second.
second by Vice Mayor Delgadillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.2, discussion of possible action to approve ordinance number 2025-003.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, Chona Bedell, Finance Director. Tonight, we are requesting your consideration and possible action on ordinance number 2025-003. This ordinance sets the primary property tax rate for the city of Somerton for the upcoming fiscal year, which runs from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. As stated during the Truth in Taxation public hearing, there will be no increases in the levy amount. In accordance, in this ordinance authorizes the collection of property taxes needed to support the city's general fund after consideration of all other expected revenues and any leftover funds from the prior fiscal year. Because this ordinance is necessary for the city to begin the fiscal year, includes the emergency clause, so it does take effect immediately upon approval due to no levy increases for fiscal year 26. Staff is recommending the ordinance 2025-003 to be approved.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion? A motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo,
Second.
second by Councilman Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3, discussion of possible action to approve resolution number 2025-020.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, Chona Bedell, Finance Director. In front of you is a resolution 2025-020, authorizing the Chief Fiscal Officer for fiscal year 2026. Arizona law requires that every county, city, town, and community college districts submit an annual report on their spending limits to the Arizona Auditor General by July 31st of each year. To comply, we need to officially designate the city's chief fiscal officer who will be responsible for submitting this report on behalf of the city council. This is a routine requirement to ensure transparency and accountability on how we manage public funds. Staff is requesting approval of this resolution.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion? A motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo,
Second.
second by Councilman Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4, discussion and possible action to approve the proposed incentive package for the police department for fiscal year number 2026.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, Chona Bedell, Finance Director. Today, I'm presenting the proposed incentive package designed to attract and retain new hires for the City of Somerton Police Department. This package includes sign-on bonuses, bilingual stipends, retention incentives, take-home vehicle eligibility, and employee referral bonuses. In addition, I am sharing a recruitment brochure. That's this. Okay, now I got it. Oops, wrong one. One more down. I'm sharing a recruitment brochure that outlines all these benefits in detail. The brochure is intended to help us clearly communicate the incentives to potential candidates and support our ongoing recruiting efforts. This comprehensive package aims to strengthen our ability to recruit, retain qualified officers to continue serving our community effectively. The key highlights include a sign-on bonus. Non-certified officers receive up to $5,000 paid over 2 years with an installment tied to academy completion, field training, probation, and retention milestones. Certified lateral officers are eligible for up to $10,000 over 2 years, paid at higher 6 months and first and second anniversaries based on certification and experience. Eligibility, the $10,000 bonus requires a full-time law enforcement experience, either in Arizona or another state within the last 5 years. Reinstated officers are not eligible for sign-on bonuses. Bilingual stipend, officers proficient in Spanish who pass a language exam will receive a $100 monthly stipend. Annual retention incentives, eligible officers in good standing receive $1,000 taxable bonus annually paid at year end. Take-home vehicles offered to full-time sworn officers after probation to support emergency response and community presence. Referral bonuses, all city employees can earn $1,000 for referring a qualified officer hire with no limit on the number of bonuses. And that goes for all city employees. This package aims to enhance recruitment and retention efforts to ensure we continue serving our community effectively. Staff is requesting the approval of the brochure as well as the policies and procedures of these guidelines that I recapped. Anybody have any questions?
Any questions or comments?
Just have a comment, Mayor. Just really want to thank staff for really being creative and coming up with something like this to, hopefully recruit more police officers. So, I'm interested to see how it plans out. So, thank you for that.
Any other questions or comments, Vice Mayor?
I have a question. Louis, for the referral, will it be notified to an entire staff?
Yes, Vice Mayor. As soon as, if approved, that will take effect immediately.
So you'll notify entire staff?
Yes, we will let them know that if an officer, a potential officer applies and they are named as a referral, that is going to be our verification for that bonus, correct?
Correct.
And if they get hired, right? Hired and all of that?
They must be hired, yes.
They must be hired, yes. They have to pass everything.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, and then we also have a monthly newsletter that HR puts out that I'm sure that all of that
Will be in-
information will be in there.
Great.
Correct.
Thank you. That's all.
Any other questions or comments?
I have a quick question for the chief. How are you going to administer that language test? How are you going to? For the bilingual incentive?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, good evening. Araceli Juarez, Chief of Police. The plan was to administer a test through the AWC, through a CLEP test and other options that HR will come up with, but they have to present some sort of certification. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Someone, Mayor.
So motion by Councilman Castillo, second by Vice Mayor Delgadillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.5, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2025-021.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. This item is for your consideration and possible action to approve resolution 2025-021, which amends the Somerton Police Department Policy Manual by adding section 17.20 to take home vehicle policy. This new policy formally establishes guidelines for the use of take-home police vehicles, supporting officer retention, improving emergency response times, and increasing police visibility in the community. The resolution also includes provisions for repealing any conflict policies and ensuring city policies remain consistent and up to date. This is actually an amended portion of this policy of an already approved policy. Staff is recommending approval for Resolution 2025-021 to amend the Police Department's policy manual.
Any questions or comments?
Mayor, if I may.
Councilman Villalpando?
I'm a little conflicted when it comes to this particular policy. First of all, I don't think I had enough time to review the policy in its entirety. I skimmed through it. And so I wish they would have provided this policy a lot sooner. And second of all, this doesn't enhance the visibility in our community, because more likely a lot of these vehicles will be out of town. So I hate when staff tries to paint the picture that they'll be more visible here in the community, when the community, to me, is the boundaries of the city of Somerton, not wherever the vehicles might end up going. And one other thing is, we just agreed to purchase some property west of the PD on Connell Street, and that was due to one of the major factors was because the police department needed additional parking. And to me, it just seems that when these decisions are being made, or they think about these particular ideas, sometimes they don't connect the dots. Why are we going to need additional parking if the vehicles are now going to be more likely being taken home? I mean, it's stuff like this that staff needs to really sit down and think about before they throw these ideas. There was nothing wrong with looking to expand the parking, but the minute that they decided to propose the take-home vehicles, they should have probably informed us that the purchasing of the property was no longer a priority. I mean, it's stuff like that that really bugs me, and we're here trying to do the best we can for all city employees, to get them with better pay rates, but we also have to look after the interests of the community. And for us to buy a property and now approve a take-home vehicle policy, that all it means is that we're going to have an empty parking lot. Thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions or comments?
I have a comment, Mayor.
Councilman Castillo?
So just for clarification on mine, the take-home policy, it goes into effect on what we voted right now as an incentive, right?
Correct.
It's part of that. So that's why this amendment is being added.
Correct.
No question.
You mentioned it was an existing policy. What were the changes? I guess I highlight the changes.
I'm going to defer to Chief because she knows that policy. It's her policy.
Yeah.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, good evening. Araceli Juarez again. I'm sorry, Chona, it's a correction. There's not an existing policy that has been established or approved. This is a new policy we're asking that it be approved. And it's pending a general package order that's being reviewed by legal. So we're just asking for that particular piece to be approved tonight.
Okay.
But it is, she has a whole entire police department policy manual. So this section, this policy, this individual policy is being put in this manual. So you guys have a resolution that has that has the manual. All this section needs to be added. So that's the reason why it is an amended policy.
And this is Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
And this has already been reviewed and by legal and everything, right? So I mean,
Yes, so Mayor and Council, you currently have a pretty comprehensive police department policy. We are reviewing it for a global update. But as part of your incentive package, if you're going to provide take-home vehicles, we recommend a policy governing how that would work, eligibility, reporting, all the stuff you see in this policy. So my office has reviewed it, approved it. It's similar to some policies you would see in other cities and towns that do this. So it's a policy decision whether or not to provide this incentive. But if you're going to approve an incentive, like your prior agenda item, we would recommend a policy like this. If you have any specific concerns with this policy, happy to go through that. But I'd say it's a fairly standard type police policy.
Any other questions or comments?
Mayor, I have something else to add, if I may, to the comment of Mr. Villalpando, Councilmember Villalpando. The parking lot, a lot of our dispatchers are parking in the front parking lot because there's not enough room in the back. So if this policy is approved and the officers are able to take their car homes, we're gonna have a safe spot for our dispatchers to park in the back, for our fire staff. When we have training, a lot of the times our officers and our fire staff are parking on Columbia Avenue, they're parking on Connell Street. So the new going to speak to the new building is gonna allow us to store some of the vehicles that we collect in auction. A lot of them are in the way. It's an easier spot to store some of the stuff that we have extra that is still sitting in our parking lot, taking away from our staff ability to park. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Well, I want to, thank staff for the hard work and yeah, I understand what Councilman Villalpando is saying, but as we talked, this is a crisis. We are down to just a few officers, so I see this. It's a extensive incentive package, and I guess this also puts staff on notice of the accountability of we're trying to bring more officers, and hopefully this will work, and we're going to keep working and see that, because we are down to a few officers, and it's very concerning. So any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-021.
Motion by Councilwoman Castillo. Second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 8.6, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2025-017.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. The item before you on the agenda is resolution number 2025-017. This is a resolution approving a development agreement between the City of Somerton and Circle K Stores, Inc. The development agreement is related to the Circle K project located on the southeast corner of Main Street and Somerton Avenue. Over the past 2 years, city staff and legal counsel have worked closely with Circle K representatives and their attorneys to negotiate a development agreement that outlines the roles, responsibilities, and reimbursements related to the off-site infrastructure improvements. This is a big project, Mayor and Council. Over the last 2 years, staff has identified a number of off-site improvements that Circle K has voluntarily agreed to include as part of the scope of work for the project. These include the reconstruction of the Somerton Avenue median, the widening of Somerton Avenue to accommodate a new bike lane and an extended right turn lane, the extension of the Main Street multi-use pathway, and the installation of right-of-way landscaping along all 4 frontages of the site. These are very crucial off-site improvements that'll improve the area and beautify the downtown core. And these will be completed by Circle K voluntarily at no cost to the city. In addition to these voluntarily approved improvements, the city has requested 2 additional improvements, which include the relocation of the traffic signal at Main Street and Somerton Avenue, consistent with the city's future intersection reconstruction plans, and the relocation of an ADOT stormwater catch basin. The development agreement provides for a reimbursement to Circle K for these 2 extra improvements. The total reimbursement would be $40,000 for the traffic signal relocation and a permanent plan check fee waiver of $10,622.10. Staff believes that this is a strategic partnership opportunity between the city and Circle K to advance key infrastructure upgrades in a cost-effective manner. And tonight staff is asking for the approval of resolution number 2025-016, approving the development agreement. Are there any questions?
17, right?
I'm sorry, yes, 17. 16 already passed.
Any questions or comments?
Mayor, I have one question.
Vice Mayor and then Councilman Villalpando.
Thank you.
So what is the timeline?
Vice Mayor, Circle K, on their end, the last thing I heard is their corporate has approved this project to go ahead. The permit has already been issued. At this point, we're just waiting on a demolition permit, and I anticipate that in August, they'll be moving dirt there. I mean, they'll be preparing to move dirt sometime in August. I couldn't tell you for sure when they'll actually start going in, but we're getting very close. I am confident, though, that if this is approved tonight, tomorrow morning when I reach out to them, I'll be able to get you a much better answer.
And the timeline for the construction is about a year?
9 months to a year.
So by the end of 26, more or less?
Hopefully, yes.
Thank you.
Councilman Villalpando.
Thank you, Mayor. Saul, I noticed that you identified a bike lane. Is there any plans to expand that bike lane along Somerton Avenue? Because if memory serves me correct, there isn't one on the older part of Somerton Avenue, which is almost all the way up to Joe Munoz ball field, from Main to Joe Munoz and vice versa on the other side. So I was wondering why that bike lane. Not that we won't take the extra width of the road, but I was just curious if there was plans.
Councilman Villalpando, I'm not sure on that, actually. If there's sufficient right-of-way, I would think it's worth exploring the option. But with this project, staff saw the opportunity as a way of increasing our multimodal transportation options for the city. And since they were going to be redoing the whole road there, the opportunity seemed right to be included. And if we do in the future, at least this section will be taken care of.
Yeah.
Councilman Villalpando, I had the same question.
Oh, sorry.
That portion was restriped recently, and I asked the city manager why we didn't look into adding a bike lane, because we do have the width on Somerton Avenue to add a bike lane. We just have to reduce a couple of the driving lanes, which will reduce the speed of traffic. But maybe the city manager has more of an answer why it was striped.
Yeah.
So-
no, thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, if I may, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, now the striping that you saw that you've currently seen on Main Street and Somerton, that was through a county project. That wasn't part of a local, the city. That was something that they had done as part of a grant. We are going to be working with our Public Works Department in identifying those bike lanes and how they can better be, implemented into our streets. But that's why it was striped that way. Now, the bike lane was just mentioned, that was just following the Somerton Avenue bike lane that currently exists. That was established years ago. But again, that is something we're going to be looking at. And we're hoping to have that from County 17 all the way to County 15.
Okay, so there is that possibility then, Louis.
Yes, one of the Councilman Villalpando, one of the things that with my first round in Somerton back in 2009, one of the plans was to provide a complete route for residents in Somerton to be able to either bike or walk all around Somerton, at least the exterior part. So we're going to be going back and looking at those and how we can implement those. One of the things that we're doing, one of the projects at Public Works Yard, is we'll be actually trying to take that fence back a little bit more to provide us an opportunity to keep that growth going with those types of amenities.
And Mayor, if I may,
Yes, go ahead, Councilman.
and one more thing, since Louis is up, we're having a conversation with Louis. Is there any analysis on the financial impact and possible loss of revenue from sales tax with Circle K being closed for the 9 to 12 months?
So Councilman Villapando, Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Having with the conversation that Saul and I have with Circle K Corporation, they are in the process of doing a demo. They're not going to keep it open. That was a question that definitely concerned us. What we see is that the other gasoline places will probably pick up what's not going to be coming in. But we're still looking at that impact just because we're not sure how long it will be. So that's going to be something that we're going to be looking at. At the same time, we have possibly another gasoline station coming up on the other side. So it's going to be more of a timing, we hope. But we are going to look at that. But we're hoping that, like I said again, the other retail businesses will pick up what we're not getting from Circle K.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
So moved.
So motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo,
Second.
second by Councilman Villalpando. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Item 8.7, discussion and possible action to approve the reallocation and installation of surplus city-owned cluster box units.
Good evening once again, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. The item before you on the agenda is a report related to the reallocation and possible installation of surplus city-owned cluster boxes here in Somerton. It's a report / seeking direction on this issue. Mayor and Council, the City of Somerton staff has identified several neighborhoods where residents are experiencing challenges accessing mail services due to a lack of USPS provided mailboxes. Now, although these areas are designated by the post office as eligible for home delivery, CBUs have not been installed. A CBU is the cluster box type where residents go all to one place to pick up their mail.
So will you have access to the links, just so you know?
Oh,
if you need to go to your agenda item.
Let's see.
If you want to go to the other tab, Saul, on the top of the browser. Yeah.
There you go, and just.
Okay, thank you. Mayor and Council, as I was saying, we've identified several neighborhoods where the residents are unable to receive mail. Where they're eligible for home delivery, but they don't have the CBU boxes installed in that neighborhood. And because that is the case, because when a neighborhood is designated as home delivery, they don't get a free PO box at the post office, so they have to pay for it. And sometimes, if there's a shortage of PO boxes available, those residents could be denied service altogether. Doesn't happen all that often, but there is a possibility. There is a limited number of boxes. At the same time, while this shortage and this issue is occurring, the city has in its possession a surplus of 8 CBU boxes. These are the boxes that the city has in our current possession. These are located at the Valle del Sol 2 retention basin, and they were installed there to serve the Valle del Sol 2 subdivision about 4 or 5 years ago, if memory serves me right. When these were installed, that was the goal for the residents to use them, but the Valle del Sol subdivision has been declared a non-home delivery area by the post office. So which means that that subdivision will not get home delivery anytime in the foreseeable future. That is a finite determination by the post office. We've had meetings with them about the issue, and the result appears, at least for now, to be final. So this presents an opportunity to put those unused mailboxes to good use. The areas that are in need of mailboxes are Dove Valley Estates, the golf course, the Somerton Valley Mobile Village, and the Somerton 1898 subdivision. In total, this would amount to, let me tally this up, about 80 or so mailboxes, when the city has over 120 boxes in its possession. And also the Somerton Post Office has one extra CBU box that they've offered to donate to the city free of charge. These boxes run about $800, just so you know. So we have this opportunity to install these surplus boxes, and as well as the post office donated box for a minimal cost, really. The cost would be about $150 to $300 per location, except in the Somerton Valley Mobile Village, which is a completely private development, and thus we would only, staff is only proposing to donate the mailbox, not the installation itself. This is a summary of the costs that this whole project would entail. At Dove Valley, so the golf course, we would use the USPS donated box, and the city would install the concrete slab. Somerton Valley Village, we would donate the boxes to the owner. And at Somerton 1898, we would donate the box and install it for them. It's worth also noting that the boxes that the city has in its possession have no keys. The keys have unfortunately been lost to time. With staff believes a fair compromise is we will donate these boxes, but the owners or developers will be responsible for rekeying all the boxes. The total financial impact to the city for this would be somewhere between $200 and $600, and the donation of the surplus boxes. Any questions?
Any questions?
I have one.
Councilman Castillo.
And just for the owner for the Somerton Valley Mobile Village, he's agreed to install them.
Councilmember Castillo, at this point, we have not reached out to any of the owners because we did not know what the outcome of this was going to be. But if you approve for this to move forward, we will reach out to them and offer them, and I'm sure it's beneficial for them to accept.
Mayor, if I may?
Yes.
I did speak to the owner, and they are interested in this proposal. It's something that's needed, that they're limited, and the post office, they've had a challenge this past year working with the post office, trying to get additional boxes. We've had individuals that live in the mobile home that there's no more boxes there, that they go and try to get a PO box and they're denied because they're saying that no, it needs to be, you need to have a cluster box in your area. So, but he is open to the idea and interested. So we just wanted to make sure that we get council approval first before we move forward with that.
Any other questions or comments?
I have a follow-up question to that. On the notes here, it says that the property manager hasn't been able to, or is not responding. So, and you say that you've spoken to the owner.
Right, the person that manages the mobile home park.
Because the note here says that, where is it? Property manager is unresponsive and unwilling to replace or repair units.
Oh, on the
That's what I asked.
On the note, on the second note, I could add
Go
to
ahead.
that, Louis. Councilwoman, That's actually a typo. It's not unwilling. I should say unable. I apologize for that. I did notice that myself too as I was reading that, but in the past, this isn't a 1 month that started to go issue. This has been going on for a couple of years now, actually. And in the past, the property owner was unresponsive. We were unable to make contact. Further along, Louis now appears to have made contact. But I would like the record to reflect that that unwilling should say unable.
The newspaper's here, so make sure to put them on blast. Yeah, Vice Mayor.
So you said that the residents from Valle del Sol phase 4?
Yes,
So that's the one that they're barely building, or
phase 2, I'm sorry, phase 2.
phase 2? That's the one that's barely going to get built, or?
No, Valle del Sol 2 was one of the earlier ones. So this is the one directly to the east of Bingham Avenue. So south of,
So do we have residents there? Right
yes,
now? Right now, where are they getting their mail?
PO boxes.
Okay.
They go to the post office to get their mail.
Mayor, if I may?
Then I'm confused.
Yeah, with the, what can I, the previous administration, they were under the impression that they were gonna be able to get mail there, but nothing's in writing. They checked all the records and it was just word of mouth. The postmaster at that time left, so there's no written documentation, so that's why those are available.
Mayor, if I may, and that's correct, Mayor. There was, we spoke to previous staff. There was some verbal agreements, but nothing was in writing. When we went back to talk to the postmasters locally and bring up this subject of these are the things that were part of the conversation in previous years, they basically said that they were going to stick with that individuals from that subdivision would need to go to the post office to receive their mail, and they would not utilize the cluster boxes that were installed several years ago. So currently they've been there without use. So we thought this would be an opportunity to be able to utilize them with the residents that need them.
Lessons learned, document.
Thank you. That was my question.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They're just wasting away there in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take them off. We're down.
Yeah, we will.
Council, if I may, Mayor? Councilman Villapando, and that was an idea. We were not wanting to move them just in case we were able to finalize something with the post office. Our concern, if we took them off, that they would say, oh no, they're not there anymore, don't put them back. So this, like Saul mentioned, this is something we've been working with for a couple of years now, but finally they gave us a definite not gonna happen. And so this came up and that's why they've been still up there, Councilman Villapando.
Well, maybe it's time to take them down and give them away to somebody that is going to use them.
Well, that's what we're proposing.
Agreed.
And for the record, a lot of residents think it's council's decision to have them go to the post office, but yeah, we've tried. It's something that we've had several meetings, discussions, and we felt that Valle del Sol, we finally made some inroads in that regards, but there's a new postmaster, no documentation, and again, back to square one, they pick who can go and have home delivery, and unfortunately, we don't, a lot of the residents don't live in what they consider a route for mail delivery. Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
So moved.
So motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo,
Second.
second by Councilman Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council.
Item 8.8 is discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2025-019.
Good evening,
Mayor, council members, Javier Hernandez, Fire Chief. The fire department applied for a grant through the Firehouse Subs Foundation, and we were awarded. We put a grant to purchase fire hoses. It's gonna be different sizes of 5-inch, 2.5, and 1.5, which were used for our fire trucks. We were awarded the grant, and now we just need the permission from council for us to be able to accept the grant. So that's why we need resolution number 2025-019.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion? So motion by Vice Mayor Delgadillo. Second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 8.9, discussion of possible action to approve a contract with Musco Light Sports Lighting for the amount of $539,850.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. James Jones, Parks and Rec Director. I'm here this evening to request awarding a contract for the capital improvement project, Pericone Park field lighting installation project to Musco Lighting for $539,850. The project proposes the installation of comprehensive LED lighting, sports lighting system at Pericone Park to extend the usable hours of the park, to provide better opportunities for youth and adult recreational programming, and to enhance the safety and visibility during evenings. Scope of work includes installation of 8 light poles, 4 per soccer field with LED fixtures and brackets, underground infrastructure, including conduit and wiring, integrated of a control system that matches the current one we use at Council Park and Joe Munoz, and a 25-year warranty covering materials and on-site labor. We evaluated 2 proposals, Musco Lighting LLC for the $539,850. That, like I said, that matches what we have in the control system on the application, like we have them at Joe Munoz and Council Park. We're also in a budgetary. We're going to look at adapting JCC Field to that program too. And Voss Lighting, they can only propose a budget amount of $668,000. They couldn't guarantee that amount because they would want to walk the field at the time of approval. So at this time, the budget total amount for this project was $550,000 under the fiscal year 2026 CIP budget. Staff recommends awarding Musco Lighting LLC at Pericone Park for the sports lights project for $539,850. Any questions?
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve a contract with the Musco Sporting Lighting LLC in the amount of $539,850 for the installation of sports lighting at Pericone Park soccer fields utilizing Sourcewell contract number 041123-MSL.
So motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner Vasquez is gonna be happy and walk at night. Summary of current events.
Good evening, Mayor. We have Shawna Medell, Finance Director.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, Chona Medell, Finance Director. I wanted to inform the council that myself and my accountant, Yvette Garcia, attended the annual Government Financial Officers Association annual conference. It was very informative, had a lot of budgetary because of the times and everything that's going on. Just kind of going over all of our budgetary hills that we have to go through. So it was very informative. Also, she went to some sessions on the utilities, so to try to improve that portion of our services. So just wanted to let you guys know that I thank the city for allowing us to go. Thank you.
James Jones, Parks and Rec.
Mayor and Council, James Jones, Parks and Rec. Got three current events for you. Recreational Department will be hosting a Splash Friday on July 25th at 5 to 9. And then we're also going to have an Inclusion Splash Friday the week after on August 1st from 5 to 9. Youth Basketball League will start on, the games will start on July 29th. We are utilizing the community center and Desert Sonora for those games. And the senior center will host their July birthday celebrations tomorrow from 10 to 12. And the theme is 50s. Thank you.
Mayor, that's all we have.
Councilman Villalpando.
I don't have anything, Mayor. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Just want to thank Parks and all staff. I attended the 4th of July event. I think it was very well attended. A lot of vendors. I missed the watermelon. I don't know what happened, but also props for the drone show, but I did miss the fireworks. But thank you. It was a really good event.
Councilman Castillo.
Well, I hope everyone had the chance, the opportunity to go vote today. I also want to, thank staff and everyone involved in the planning and organizing the 4th of July event. Like Councilwoman Gonzalez mentioned, it was well attended. I really enjoyed the drone show, even though I'm going to be honest, at first I was a little bit skeptical because I was like, come on, it's the 4th of July, no fireworks, but after watching the drone show, I really enjoyed it. So I do want to thank you, Louis, and staff for, I thought it was a very innovative and creative idea, and I think we're going to go down as the first city in Yuma County to host it. I can see maybe next year, maybe, our neighboring municipalities might want to do it too. And I also agree though with Councilwoman Gonzalez that I love the drone show and maybe add some fireworks too, maybe for next year, and if we could add more drones, I was talking to Louis, that show was awesome. I love the fact that it was personalized and we thanked our sponsors. But in the conversation, it's like, hey, maybe we could have added. Of course, it's going to cost a little bit more, right? Everything's at a cost.
$25,000.
Yeah. But I do want to thank staff for that. I thought it was a very innovative idea, creative idea, and thank you for taking that risk. Because I think sometimes we get so complacent doing the same thing, over and over. So props to that. I also want to go ahead and say that this morning, Jasmine and I, we attended a kind of like a meeting, a discussion about data centers with other municipalities. Buckeye was there, Tempe was there, Mesa was there, APS, there was even an environmental attorney. Everyone provided their perspective about, pros and cons about the data center. I personally, I feel that that's something that maybe we should look into and inquire, get more information. I know Buckeye, when we sat with their economic developer, they mentioned that, they have 2 data centers that are being constructed, and they assisted Buckeye with all the infrastructure. So I think it's a great idea for us to explore more and find out more. Being that we have limited resources and everything, maybe that's the way we can capitalize it. So, I would encourage, Jasmine has more information on that, but they also talked about a performance-based kind of like repayment plan. I thought that was interesting because, and I even spoke with, I don't remember who it was, but it's like, depending on how well they do, they give some funds to the city, and from that they pay back. So the risk is very minimal to none. So I think it was a very informative and good meeting, very good information that, again, Jasmine has more information. I would say we should explore more into it and just to see what are the possibilities out there. And other than that, James, hopefully tomorrow I will make the July birthday celebrations for the seniors. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Vice Mayor.
I'm going to echo what everyone has said. Congratulations and thank you to the staff for Parks, also PD and Fire for their availability of being there for the 4th of July event. It was different. I've seen drone shows before, and this one was a little different. I just felt maybe we did need a little bit more drones, and it just seemed like a marquee sign, but it was different, and we got really good positive feedback. Some negative, but I think the majority was positive because it is different. You know, sometimes changes is a little difficult to embrace, but I really liked it. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more like firework, as well. But it was well attended. Thank you, Louis, for the information that you sent me. I was kind of wondering how much it had cost and what was the breakdown on that. So thank you so much for that. We also attended the personnel committee that Terry is working really hard in creating a very comprehensive city employee policy manual. So we're working really hard and continue to work hard as a group. And we're making a lot of good and positive changes for our city staff. Also, I would like some information on the softball league signups, if we are going to continue that for the city. What is your vision and what are we going to do? I remember you had mentioned before that that's what you might entertain. So we can I can get some information on that, Louis, please. But other than that, thank you for everything. The 4th of July was a great event. That's all I have.
Yeah, I also heard a lot of good things about the 4th of July, and I want to thank staff for all your hard work. And this next month is going to be the League of Cities, and I just asked my fellow council members to make effort to go. You haven't signed up. This last fiscal year, the state budget, none of our projects within our city limits were approved that were put in, so it's always good to get a hold of our legislators. We have Fernandez, Dunn, and Sandoval and Peña that most of the time they're there, and it's always a good place to network with them because we went to the Capitol this year, but there's more areas of less informal, more conversation with the other legislators. So if we can go and maybe as a team have some talking points so we can talk to them. But yeah, this year, a couple of the projects that we put in there, they weren't funded. So it's always good. With that said, it's 8:08, meeting's adjourned.